Videoen er sponset av Kantefølflak, chips for fjellfolk. God kveld, velkommen tilbake til Dinosaur Hunt. Jeg synes dette var litt artig da, vet du, så nå skal vi jogge meg høre litt mer på denne historien her. Jeg håper jo da at vi fortsetter der vi slapp, hvis jeg trykker på Load Campaign.
All right, start talking. What is all this? What exactly is the Nexus Project? Why were my two squad mates just killed? And why are there dinosaurs running around everywhere? Franco asked. Tanya sighed and paces the room in thought, as if trying to convince herself to do something she knew might likely end her career. Come on. We don't have all day. This place could be overrun any time now. All right, Tanya said. Tanya stopped pacing, faced us, and said, "Let's start from the top. This island was carefully selected many years ago by a secret coalition of several leading governments. At first, it was just forbidden, left off maps, out of the way. As time went on, new technology was created, technology that was eventually used to fully hide the island. But why? Putting aside that most of the leading governments hate each other, why go through all this?" Franco asked. "Well, remember that little incident during the 1940s? The one that took place in Roswell, New Mexico?" Tanya asked. "You're talking about aliens now," Franco asked. "Yes and no. The fact is, the public's suspicions were true. Aliens did crash land. Along with a few bodies and some wreckage, it taught world leaders one thing. We were in serious danger," Tanya said. "What danger?" Franco asked. Then Tanya said, "The alien tech recovered from the site told us that these beings were far more advanced than we were. So advanced that, should they have decided to attack, taking over the world would have been a breeze. A secret alliance was formed. Soon after that, this island became home to the Nexus Project, a cabal of scientists, researchers, and weapons specialists brought together from around the world for one secret purpose: provide Earth with a fighting chance should aliens decide to invade. Nexus is a weapons project," Franco said. Then Tanya said, "Not just any weapons project. The weapons project. Since we worked in secret, we weren't held down by modern ethical standards. We could do what we wanted, get as dangerous as we wanted. In fact, we were encouraged to do so. Nexus's first accomplishment was to reverse engineer an alien cloaking device they picked up from Roswell. So the island has literally been invisible," Franco said. "That's probably why the island just seemed to appear overnight," Tanya said. "So these dinosaurs, they're just another result of a weapons experiment?" Franco asked. "Yes." "Well, I believe so," Tanya said. "You don't know?" Franco asked. "What part of intern don't you understand?" Tanya asked. "But you know all that other stuff," Franco said. "Of course, it's all required reading. Basic knowledge you need to have just to work here. Professor Stone never let me in on any of the real juicy projects. I didn't rank high enough," Tanya said. "Who's Professor Stone?" Franco asked. Tanya said, "The lead scientist on the Nexus Project. It was his code I used to let you two in. He was the one who turned the island visible again in an attempt to call for help. I don't know where he is now. But if anyone can shed some light on this dinosaur problem, it's him." "Then finding him will probably be a good idea," Franco said. "If he's still alive," Tanya said. "Another thing. That team they sent in before us. If no one can radio out, how were they supposed to contact the outside world?" Franco asked. "There's a generator somewhere on the island that powers the radio jammer. I would guess they'd plan to shut that down," Tanya said. "Great. Where is it?" Franco asked. "I don't know. It's somewhere on the eastern part of the island, but that's really it," Tanya said. "All right then. We'll go look for the generator first and call for help. Then we'll look for Professor Stone," Franco said. "Great. I'll see if I can block up that hole in the wall. You two can still contact me on the radio should you need me, Tanya said. Franco looked at me and said, All right, brother. Let's head out.
Og da gjør vi det. The plot fucking thickens, altså cloaking device. Det derfor ingen visste om øya, fordi den var helt borte. Men du, det vart av knappen min hen? Oi! Ja, det gikk av seg selv. Hva det som skjedde der? Det som skjedde der? Du døde akkurat nå, du. Det så jeg kan bytte ut noe pjus her? Ja, du kan skrike så mye du vil. Det vi likte her? Nå det bare en dag eller noe siden jeg spilte inn første episoden. Da. Jeg har ikke lagt ut den en gang, så jeg vet ikke om dette var så lurt, men 217 meter. Skal vi bare... For jeg ser jo ikke hen det hen på kartet, da. Jeg tror jeg har en rett ved siden av meg her. Nei, denne radaren litt misvisende. Men Targets 2... Jeg føler liksom at jeg skal gå en plass når det står range 217 meter. Oi, warnings! Og så en slik en da. Må ikke du drepe meg før jeg har drept deg? Ja, for den oppdateringssittet står fortsatt 217. Nå tror jeg vi ferdig. Ja. Nå, ok, det en slags boss eller den siste? Det nedover der, tror du? Det vi har for noe? Jeg har fortsatt denne etter forrige gang. Eller så bare fikk jeg en jævlig... nei, dit blir det. Jævlig flaks at jeg fikk denne, da. Nei, jeg synes historien begynner å bli veldig bra, nå som vi har fått blande inn aliens, weapon technology. Stemmer det? Det bråket litt denne der. La dem da. Du død da? Ja. Og cloaking device, og at dinosaurer var våpeneksperiment fra Nexus-prosjektet. Men jogge, smell det høyt denne rocket launcheren da, RPG-en. Da skal jeg sette meg tilbake med litt Kantefølflak, pils, snus, continue.
We found the generator in a hidden cave. The whirring sound echoed against the walls. It was almost calming in a way. It was supposed to be easy. Even today, that thought keeps ringing in my head. It should have been easy. But the chance of any part of it being easy flew out the window when we found the bodies of Team 1. The mutilated bodies of Team 1 were scattered all over the ground. Looks like we found Team 1. Geez, what a mess, Franco said. Franco paused a moment and said, Hold on. Do you see that? Check out the marks on some of them. These aren't from teeth. If I didn't know any better, I'd say... He paused again. Maybe we should just shut this thing down and get out of here quick. All right, Tanya, how do we shut this thing down? Franco asked. Tanya said. Let me guess. You don't know, Franco said. Intern, remember? Tanya asked. Right. Well, can you at least give us a few suggestions? Franco asked. You're a soldier, right? Figure it out, Tanya said. The radio clicked off. I guess we're back down to the basics, Franco said. Before we could get to work, we heard a loud thud, just like the one we heard when we first arrived on the island. Except this one was a little different. This time, however, the approaching footstep was followed by the sound of a Gatling gun revving up. Soon after, a T-Rex stepped through the entrance of the cave. This T-Rex was armed with 2 Gatling guns attached to its shoulders and a metal mask. This just keeps getting worse, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
What's next? Anyway, let's get rid of this generator and give the general a call, Franco said.
Anyways.
Franco got back on the radio and tried to call up the general again. He answered and said, Where the hell have you boys been? I've been waiting for the... The radio had cut off. Franco tried getting him back. General! General! You still reading me? You two are shaping up to be far more trouble than you're worth, he said. Who is this? Franco asked. You don't know? He asked. The man chuckled. You really must be on the lowest number rung of the ladder, eh? He asked. Just shut up and tell me, Franco said. My name is Professor Bartholomew Stone. Welcome to my island, said the man. Your island? What the hell are you talking about? Franco asked. I trust you've already run into some of my pets, yes? Stone asked. Pets? You mean those dinosaur freaks? Franco asked. Yes, quite the marvel of super science, aren't they? Stone asked. You could say that, Franco said. I could, but I won't, Stone said. Yeah. Why not? Franco asked. Because they're not ours. And by ours, I mean they aren't from Earth, said Stone. Are you trying to tell me those dinosaurs are aliens? Franco asked. Well, yes and no, Stone said. And what does that mean? Franco asked. Tell me, do you know the name of our little community here? Stone asked. You mean the Nexus Project? Franco said. Very good. Do you know why it's called Nexus? Stone asked. All right, I'll bite. Why? Franco said. I can't answer everything for you. Well, I could, but I won't. Maybe you'll find out. Maybe you'll die. I suppose we'll see, Stone said. The radio went silent. That was strange.
Yep.
I have a real bad, mad scientist feeling here. Let's head back. I think we need to talk with Tanya about this, Frank said.
Ok, så det jeg liksom gjorde da i forrige oppdraget, eller sist jeg spilte, var at jeg skulle fucke opp en slik generator som jamma radiosignal eller et eller annet slik. Så det gjorde jeg tydeligvis da ved å drepe 6 dinosaurer. Så nå skal vi tilbake til Tanya. Så skal ikke hun fikse dette hølet i veggen som har laget en triceratops eller noe. Jeg må skru opp og ned volumet mellom scener her, og så laget det litt lyd. Det jeg har for noe på igjen?
These monsters are mine.
Ja, det de. Ja. Så våpnene virker som de blir med mellom levels. Da tror jeg vi har fått bekreftet det. Har vi lyst til å bruke balltre? Nei, vi gjør ikke det. Der kommer det en raptor. Hei du. Hei. Og så jeg en til. Hva er dette for noe? Og det var ikke raptor, kanskje det var Allosaurus. Eller hva du heter for noe. Men du. Ja, du tålte vær så mye. Jeg synes vi hørte noe om en raptor. Nei, dette her tror jeg kanskje ikke kommer til å gå. Dette er raptor. De tåler ikke noe. Oi! Jeg er ikke helt død enda da. Jo, det var en fuckings T-Rex med mini eller Gatling guns. Det er vel kanskje det samme da. Og metallmaske.
What an insult! You put these opponents against me?
Du er veldig aggressiv. Men du er amerikaner, så jeg er ikke sånn kjempeoverrasket da. Jo, denne T-Rexen har jeg veldig lyst til å se. Targets 1. Da blir det boss borti her. Da kan vi vel egentlig bare ta frem denne og håpe på. Ja, du så litt liten ut. Er det riktig, ja? Ja, han så ikke så liten ut. Hei. Skal du ha en på den? For dette er ikke Spinal. Nei, dette er T-Rex, ja. Lader vi om, og så er du død. Se på dette. A piece of cake. 61 headshots. Jeg er ikke helt sikker på om jeg skjønner disse statsa der, men det er noe faen ikke så farlig heller. Jeg tok meg en liten skruff 23. En slik der skruff sterk, hvit porsjon. Ja, jeg har ikke klikk for meg, altså, men den er faktisk jævlig god. Continue!
When we got back to the lab, things had changed. 2 more Gatling Rexes had the lab surrounded. My partner tried to get Tanya back on the radio, but we didn't get an answer. That didn't leave us with much of a choice. Not much of a choice at all. This one's going to be tough, Franco said. Franco cocked his gun and took a breath. He turned to me and said, You ready? Let's go, Franco ordered. We rushed into battle against the 2 Gatling Rexes. The battle took everything we had, but the beasts were dead. Still no sign of Tanya. We just took enough time to catch our breath before making our way back into the lab. My partner had planned to force the doors open with a few rounds. We were surprised to find that they were already open. Franco pushed the doors open with his hand. That's not right, Franco said. Then we heard a scream echo from deep inside the lab. It was pretty easy to figure out who it came from. It was Tanya. We rushed into the building. We made our way through it until we finally reached Tanya. Inside the room was Professor Bartholomew Stone. He turns to face us. Tanya is on the ground. Stone is pointing a gun at her. I was hoping that 2 of my dinos would be enough to finish you off, but I guess you are made of sterner stuff than the others. How delightful, Stone said. You're Professor Stone, I take it? Franco asked. One and the same, my impressive friend, Stone said. By the looks of that gun in your hand, I'm guessing all these dinosaurs running around the island is no accident, Franco asked. Correct again, Stone said. But why? Aren't you supposed to be the brightest minds all collected together for the greater good? Franco asked. Oh, wrong on that count. The Nexus Project is a little more than a weapons development center. It's a terrifying collective of all the most talented and deranged minds on the planet. After all, even for a scientist, it takes a special kind of person to willingly mess about with the laws of nature, Stone said. But what's the point? Why set these bloodthirsty monsters loose all over the island? Franco asked. Simple. I was doing my job, Stone said. How is killing everyone doing your job? Franco said. I created what could be the greatest and most destructive weapons in history. But as everyone knows, every weapon needs testing, Stone said. So all this, Franco said. From the island reappearing to luring the government's elite soldiers to my island, it has all been one big experiment. I needed to see how my pets would fare against the best humanity had to offer, Stone said. Then your experiment was a success. They're all dead, Franco said. A success? Yes. Well, until you 2 arrived. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe a new experiment is in order, Stone said. What new experiment? Franco asked. Then Stone said, I was planning to just kill Tanya. I couldn't have her helping you. That would be cheating. But I just had a grand idea. I'm going to take her with me. As motivation, you see. I'll be waiting at my personal lab. Take your time. When you're ready, come find me and we'll see who prevails. Man or monster. A Gatling Rex bashed its head through a nearby wall. Stone took Tanya and forced her onto the beast's head. The Gatling Rex walks off into the distance.
Så han faen meg greid å domestikere T-rexer. Det jo imponerende. Jeg synes det var jævlig artig I forrige scenen forresten, da han var så jævlig att og frem på hva han kunne svare på, ikke? Og helt idiot. Jeg har ikke gjort noe mer notater denne gangen, men altså, jeg synes det høres lovende ut. Kom igjen. Kom igjen. Jeg håper kanskje ikke at det vanvittig langt dette spillet, da. Slik 2-3 episoder synes jeg passer, men jeg har ikke lyst til å gjøre noe 12 episoders opplegg her. Var ikke noe særlig. Det var ikke noe særlig med våpen å plukke opp her, da. Det var jævlig med HP-kits. Men skal jeg bare henge rundt her, da? Traff deg. Lurt å få unna disse tidlig, tror jeg. Ja, altså I hvert fall mens det ikke mer slik. Oi! For jeg liker ikke, altså, Allosaurus. Den kjenner ikke jeg til fra barndommen, det må jeg nå bare si. Men det virker som de tålte jævlig mye. Hvordan ligger vi an? Har hatt 1 target pluss boss, eller? Du slik Allosaurus. Da begynner det å bli skummelt, da. Skal vi ikke komme opp noen rød blipp på radaren enda? Der var den. Ser jeg deg, eller? Nei, jeg må vel bare gå nedover. Jeg har jo veldig lyst til å se en Gatling Rex. Nei, jeg har den kalt dem. Det var et eller annet slik. Der har vi en, ja. Ikke noe Gatling på deg, men... Og der var ett skudd, det. Og var headshot med RPG. Veldig fint. 81 kills, der var det ikke. Men jo, det... Skal vi se, current mission 7. Aner ikke om mange der. Skal jeg ta og sjekke det mens vi hører på resten? Eller neste kapittel? Eller neste del?
We'd been searching the island for quite a while. Things just seemed to get worse and worse.
Veldig stor.
Now Tanya is somewhere out there, locked away in some lab, and we can't do anything to help. The thought was getting to me, and I know it was getting to my partner just as bad. The situation seemed almost hopeless. And that's when we finally got our first piece of good news. The radio began to crackle. Franco looks confused, but still decides to answer it. "Hello?" he asked. "Can you two read me?" Tanya asked. It was Tanya. She was speaking in a hushed whisper, but there was no mistaking it. The voice was hers. "Tanya? How the hell?" Franco said. Then Tanya said, "Let's just say Stone might be a mad genius, but he doesn't have a clue when it comes to taking a prisoner. There aren't really any guards here. I was able to bypass security and hack into the computer terminal. But just listen, all right? Stone's lab is somewhere on the southern part of the island, but it has its own cloaking device. It was set up in case the island was ever discovered or invaded. So what, we hunt down and destroy another generator?" Franco asked. "Yes, but," Tanya said. "But what?" Franco asked. "You're not going to like it. According to the plans he has on file, the generator is being kept off-site, on the back of a pterodactyl," Tanya said. "How does that work?" Franco asked. "A psychic tether. It's something else we reverse-engineered from the aliens. It sort of works like Wi-Fi, only with energy," Tanya said. "All right. So are we going to take down a pterodactyl?" Franco asked. "I'll leave that up to you two. I can send you the exact location of its nest," Tanya said. A few seconds passed, and Franco heard his watch beep. On his watch were the coordinates to the nest. "Once you destroy that generator, finding the lab should be pretty simple. Now I gotta go. Good luck," Tanya said. "Yeah, thanks. I think we're gonna need it," Franco said. Franco turned to me and spoke. "Come on, let's kill us a flying lizard," Franco said. He sighed. "Now those are words I never expected to say in my life," Franco said. And just like that, we were off to hunt down a pterodactyl and destroy the miracle of science some madman had strapped to its back.
Da er vi good. Ja. Fant ikke noe, jeg havna inn på Steam-anmeldelser. Det var ikke veldig positivt, var ikke det? Stod til med at dette spillet var slik trussel for PC-en og din egen sikkerhet, for jeg hadde installert en slags bakdørgreier, og jeg kan ikke så mye om bakdører og slik, så, men jeg får bare uninstalle dette etter vi er ferdig. Ja. Next. Hørtes jo nesten ut som vi nærmer oss slutten, da. Antageligvis ikke. Kill yourself. Jeg bare går litt over her for å sjekke ammunisjon. 157, det var et jævlig rart tall. Den ligger bortpå her, tror jeg. Jeg får ikke bytte til det jeg har fra før. Ok. Er det ikke her en? Motherfuckers. Der var den. Raptor. Good. Oi! Det er mest høyeste lyden jeg har laget på flere måneder, tror jeg. Oi! Og da er det at en, og du er på meg omtrent. Oi, vi må la dem. La dem. Å, slik. Å, slik. Er det delicious, ja? Det er good. Er det... Skal du spåne, eller? Ja, så jeg fikk jo beskjed om at nå skulle jeg oppover for å ødelegge reiret til denne pterodaktylen. Men det står bare Targets 1. Det er godt mulig at jeg spiller dette her feil, altså. Jeg tror ikke det, men jeg er åpen for muligheten. Er det det jeg synes egentlig? Skal vi spille mer slike spill, eller? Det var jævlig billig, da. Jeg tror det koster like... Nei, jeg husker ikke hvor mye det koster. Det var under 20 kroner. Jeg tror kanskje det var 7. Hei! Du er ikke noe pterodaktyl? Hei! Nei, jeg blir om klin. Og da er jeg spent på å se Current Mission 8. Da får vi bare høre.
After a while of trudging through a dinosaur-infested jungle, we finally came across the base of the pterodactyl nest. It rested on top of a cliff. We had a long journey ahead of us. "Come on, I think I found a trail we can use to get up there," Franco said. The trail was easy, at least until we were spotted by the other pterodactyls. We finally made it to the top. The pterodactyl was there just like Tanya said, and there was a small generator on its back, just like she told us there would be. The beast turned around and spotted us. I didn't have any misgivings. I knew right then it wasn't going to be easy. "Look sharp. Here we go," Franco said. With one last bullet, the beast fell from the sky. It went crashing all the way down. When it landed, something went wrong in the generator and the device ignited. By then, the other pterodactyls had flown away. Sure enough, soon after the generator was destroyed, the radio began to crackle again. "You did it!" Tanya shouted. Her voice was still as hushed as it was before, only this time there was a little more excitement. "According to the computer, the cloak should be down. The base will be visible to you," Tanya said. "About time something worked out around here," Franco said. "Well, it gets even better. While you boys were out dino hunting, I managed to find a map of the island that shows the exact location of Stone's lab," Tanya said. "Great. Tell us and we'll be right over," Franco said. "All right. Just be careful. Stone's lab is a fortress. It was really made to stand up to an invasion, and now he's got weaponized dinosaurs helping him guard the place," Tanya said. "Just tell us where to find you. We'll worry about the rest," Franco said. "All right. The coordinates are," Tanya said. We were doing so good. Everything was working out as well as could be expected. Then things started going south. Tanya stopped talking and static came over the radio. Then it stopped. Now, I can't make it too easy for you. Come out and find me. Tanya will be waiting for you," Stone said. The radio went silent. Who the hell put a maniac like that in charge of something this dangerous? "Come on, let's move," Franco said.
Da gjør vi det. Ok, så nå skal vi komme oss til basen til Bartholomew Stone. Og han har Nei, hva heter det noe? Jeg husker jo faen ikke hva heter for noe allerede. Tanja? Jeg tror det. Så jeg regner med at ja, for vi skal gå og finne basen hans nå. Når jeg trykker på next, så er det bare slik generisk level, slik det har vært i alle andre ganger tidligere. Time vel show. Her er det ikke noe fortress. Oi, spruter våpen da. Jeg har samme antall patroner nå som i stad, så det er good. Oi, jeg hører, der var den, ja. De bare spåner på deg, vet du. Hei, du, good looking. What you got, helvete, cooking. Synes jeg hørte en, men nei. Det kan jo ikke være slik dette spillet funker. Fordi jeg gjør jo liksom ikke noe. Jeg gjør det samme hver gang i litt forskjellige biomes, men nei, vi går vel fremover. For faen, hvis du spiller dette uten å høre på historie, så blir det fullstendig meningsløst. Jeg hørte en T-Rex. Eller i hvert fall en slik Jurassic Park T-Rex. Er det nede på her, eller? Jeg tror jeg fant deg. Nei, faen, det er Spino. Enda en Spino. Og så lader vi... Ja, men... Det kan hende jeg døver nå, altså. Nei, det kan hende den døver. Kunne gjort litt med lydnivå på denne pewen der. Jeg skal ikke peke på det flere ganger nå. Ja, det er bare å kjøre på, hva?
We found Stone's base hidden deep in the jungle, and Tanya was right. The whole thing was a fortress, fit for a siege. When we approached, we discovered that Stone had other surprises waiting for us besides the Gatling Rex. As we approached the front gates, we were approached by a Triceratops with 3 heavy laser cannons strapped to its back and armored plating all over its body. The Tri-Cannon didn't go down easy. It was armored. We needed the use of the heavy stuff just to make a dent. When we stepped through to the lab's courtyard, we stepped right into the fire. They just kept coming, wave after wave. We needed to get inside, so we made the difficult decision. My partner worked on opening the doors. I would hold off the onslaught, all by myself. I would have to hold them off until his partner managed to open the door. We rushed into the lab and blocked the door behind us, but strangely enough, the raptors didn't try to break their way through. I thought it might have been a small reprieve. Then we found out what a curse it really was. The footstep of a Gatling Rex thudded on the ground. The dinosaur entered the room through a large opening in the wall. We made our way up the stairs to the top floor of the lab. As we climbed, we found that Stone had another test in mind. My partner used his last piece of heavy artillery to blast open the door, and we went through. But just like last time, they refused to follow. We walked through the destroyed doors, and a set of auxiliary doors slide down behind us, blocking the damaged doors. Tanya was being held in a cage that hung from the ceiling. I'd finally arrived at the heart of the lab. In the center of the room is an enormous device with crackling energy in the middle. Do you like it? Be careful. Don't want to end up your own grandfather, do you? Stone asked.
Og der var det. Ok, så nå skal vi være inne i labben, vi da. Eller om ikke labben, så I hvert fall fortresset. Hørtes jo slik ut. Skal skru ned lyden først. Skru opp at lyden bitte litt. Så får vi se. Nå skal vi være innendørs og ikke ute på savannen. Nei. Nei, ikke det. Det blir jo egentlig... At jeg spiller jo det minst interessante I videoen. Det eneste vi vil her jo å høre hele historien. Skal jeg bare begynne å gå oppover her og ta denne som tettest ved meg, tror jeg? Kom igjen. Oi! Og opp her, all. Og nå jeg nå helt oppå en. Der du. Hei. Og så... Ja... Nei, du. Ja, ok. Jeg bare så på radaren at jeg var jo fortsatt oppå en. Hei. Oi! Dæven! Joggu kom du fort opp bakken her, da. Og jeg støkk inne I buskas. Prøv å stikke ned her, og så bytte om til denne. Slik. Det har vært litt bedre. Oi, da må jeg prøve å få tilbake at AK-47, men. Slik. Da har vi hatt en. Og du der. Dette en allo. Denne gikk ned mye fortere enn disse tidligere. Det var good. Få et lite HP-kit. Der var det noen. Der, vet du. Nice. Veldig nice. Da. Da jeg klar for bossfight. Skal jeg bare vente her, eller? Nei, jeg har ikke tid til det, da. Men Joggu kommer fort denne traiken opp på bakken der, da. Ser jeg noe som ler seg? Nei. Ser jeg riktig vei? Tror han kommer til å spurte ned her fort som bare faen. Men jeg jo utålmodig I liten jævel, da. Og bare stikke opp bakka her og så. Der den. T-Rex. Veldig nice. Jeg hørtes ut som det var flere her, men nei, tydeligvis ikke. Greit da. Current Mission 10 jo lov å hoppe på at vi begynner å nærme oss den ende, da.
Professor Stone appeared on a large screen set in the back of the room. What is that thing? Franco asked. Then Stone started to speak. Welcome to the heart of the Nexus Project, the seed of our enterprise. That is the device our community have lovingly called the Time Nexus. Its basic form once served at the heart of the alien ship that crash-landed at Roswell. As you can see, we've improved it since then. It was from this device that we discovered several essential principles that lead to our most beneficial breakthroughs. But more importantly, it was from this device that I created my dinosaur army. Allow me to demonstrate. The room began to rumble. The device Stone had called the Time Nexus began crackling with greater intensity. Then we saw the real power behind Stone's experiments. A normal T-Rex appeared in the room right in front of us. How the hell? Franco asked. The Nexus is a time machine. Stone can drag anything he wants from any time he wants. Be careful, Tanya said. Things just keep getting worse, don't they? Franco asked. To be expected. That was just a warm-up. Let's start the real fun, Stone said. Then a group of raptors appeared. Damn. The machine is overheated. But don't worry, I still have a few pets willing to keep you company, Stone said. 2 tri-cannons rose up from the floor. Here we go, Stone said. A giant pterodactyl flew out from the Nexus. One of you has to try and destroy the Nexus. If it's gone, Stone can't use it to summon more of those dinosaurs, Tanya shouted. Yeah, I thought of that, but he's not giving us a chance, Franco shouted. I have an idea. Get the pterodactyl to fly into it, Tanya said. How? Franco asked. I don't know, Tanya said. Yeah, I know. We're the soldiers, Franco said. And the Nexus was destroyed as the flying beast flew into it. For a moment, we thought we'd won. But when I looked up at the screen, Professor Stone was gone. Turns out we would find out where he'd gone. Stone burst in riding atop a T-Rex. This one was different. This one was protected by thick armor and armed with laser Gatling guns and mounted with laser cannons. Time for the final experiment. My greatest weapon versus humanity's greatest weapon. Let the battle begin, Stone said. The battle ended when Stone and his Tankosaurus Rex fell to the ground. We managed to free Talia from the cage, but the dinosaurs were there to stay.
Sa han Talia? For det var ikke det jeg het I stad, tror jeg, altså. Ok, jeg hadde liksom håpet at jeg skulle få være med på denne battle der, ja, men det ble ikke noe ta det. Så jeg vet ikke hva vi skal ut på nå. Det blir spennende. Rulletekst, kanskje? Helvete, da. Så det blir bare å flyge rundt her og preppe så vidt her. Det blir egentlig bare å flyge hit, og så står det targets 5. Jeg skjønner fortsatt ikke hvorfor det står range og antall meter. Det... Og du, kanskje det hele... Kanskje det omkretsen på plassen jeg har å drive på? Det virker jo ikke helt mongo, da. Ja, det jo ikke så farlig. Det vel ikke så mye alt her, sikkert. Hei, dø. Og så det 2. Og der rett på meg. Der var den, ja. Og så en bor de der ish. Noen som ser den, eller? Jeg ser en traik oppå der. Der fikk jeg skrudd ned ganske bra. Og lad om, da. Lad om. Slik. Wow. Og da tror jeg jogger med vi good, ja. Ja. Så var jo litt sturslig at jeg ikke fikk være med på noe av det som ble sagt I historien, da. Jeg gjør jo ingenting, egentlig. Jeg tar... det 6 stykker omtrent per level, ish? Nei, det står fortsatt target 1. Fremdeles oppi her. Hva dette kan være for noe? Sikkert en traik til. Det hadde liksom håpet å få se noen laser dinosaurer og greier, men... det noe her? Går jeg riktig vei? Han nesten... Ikke nesten... Der han, ja. Han spinal. Nei, det en T-Rex. Lader vi om. Så lader vi om. Og så gjør vi sånn. Der, vet du. Da vi good. Nei, det var dårlig med disse der fancy dinosaurer til en Dr. Stone. Det synes jeg var litt stusselig. Da står det Campaign Completed. Kills 1659. Det ikke riktig. Det ikke 69 en gang. Men se om det noe end story her. Nei. Countdown initiated. Ja, jeg vet ikke hva det vil si, men... Eller jeg skjønner jo hva det vil si, men jeg vet ikke hva som skjer etter det. Jeg har heller ikke fått opp en eneste fiende. Ja, jeg har ikke noe godt forslag nå. De burde kanskje ha spånet inn omtrent der. Nei. Hvor lenge det? 20 sekunder. Jeg aner ikke hva jeg skal gjøre for noe. Scoren min for hele campaign står oppe I hjørnet der. Men det var jo litt stille da. Jeg ikke helt sikker på hva som meningen med dette her. 2 sekunder. Og så...
See if you can dodge this.
Og dette var prep time, det. Ja vel. Så nå vi inne på slik waves. Waves med dinosaur. Men, ja, så campaignen ferdig. Så dette noe vits? Ja, jeg kan jo prøve dette her en runde, men hvis jeg finner det, hva det stod for noe deployed i sted? Jeg førte med, men jeg fikk det ikke helt med meg. Oi, hei! Hva det var for noe? Oi, enda en. Jeg synes det lyste grønt på andre ene. Så ut som den var ghoulified. Nei, jeg hadde tenkt å si lite trolig, men etter det jeg har hørt en time med dette spillet her, så det ikke umulig, tror jeg. Ja, men dekk så greie. Jeg bare hoppet litt unna. Tok jeg det? Ja, det tror jeg jogger meg. Wave 1. Det sikkert uendelig med waves dette her da. Perfecto mundo. Sequence completed. Hvorfor heter det sequence? Jeg vet ikke. Frykter jo at dette her uendelig med waves egentlig. Time 19. Jeg tror rett og slett vi skal si at dette her var greit, ja. Fantastisk historie. Top-notch storytelling. Ikke noe utsettet på noen ting av det jeg har hørt, altså. Egentlig fornøyd med at det blir to relativt korte videoer, og jeg håper dere synes dette var helt fantastisk. Hvis du vet om noe mer slike type spill som koster 7 kroner og kjempedårlig, så vil jeg gjerne vite ta dem, for dette skal vi forhåpentligvis kunne gjøre litt mer av etter hvert. Da sier jeg tusen takk til Kantefølflak, takk til dere som ser på, og smekk i ut!